Welcome to Fuzzy Dragons, and I'm back to working on the pangolin.
Oh, slow this thing down for this one thing.
Oh, the fan, he's got to slow it down. Okay,
Down,
you
down,
probably
down.
can hear me better, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so welcome if you didn't hear me. And I'm working on the pangolin. I did work a little bit on him yesterday. It was nice and sunny out, so I was able to do that. It's like a nice sunny day in Scotland.
Today again.
So it's nice. It's a nice couple of days. They did say once the kids went back to school, then we would have nice days. So keep the kids in school. I think I said that last week. I can't remember. But, so yeah. I'm still doing the rainbow pangolin. I decided to color him blue just because I don't know. I just decided on blue. There's no reason for it. I just decided on blue. So, once again, we still don't have a car.
You should draw a penguin pangolin hybrid.
I should do that. Well, lots of people are doing that. There's animal things going on. Because I'm not doing anything in September, theme-wise and stuff. But there's other things, like, there's endangered animals thing. There's all kinds of things going on. But I've got other stuff to do. Yeah, so we don't have the car still. Maybe tomorrow, what's today?
Next week, haha, fat chance.
Yeah, could have been yesterday, but no, that didn't happen, so, you know.
It was meant to be yesterday.
Yeah, so we still don't have the car. Eventually I will say, hey, we got the car! But, and I...
This is the video in the car, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it'll do. That'll be like, yeah, this is the video in the car, and we've got the thing finally. But, maybe, who knows. I'm not holding my breath, because if I do, I'll pass out. But, like I said, a phone call ago, he really sounded nervous, like you were gonna freak on him. So, obviously, people have been freaking on him on the phone.
Actually, people have been.
Oh, yeah, see, so there you go.
Several, customers have not been very tolerant, but then again, months you tell me I'm getting some in June or July,
yeah,
and it's now September, and I can get it like people are getting pissy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really his fault. It's, the company's fault. Like, the car company, not his fault. But
yeah, we'll see, though, because I find out he's fucking bullshitting me,
Well, who knows? We'll find out eventually. If we get the car. If we don't get it in the next, week or two or whatever, we're just gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Well, I'm just gonna wait for it.
We're just gonna wait for it, are we? No other option to wait for it? Okay, that sucks.
There's still not a lot of fucking stock in it.
Yeah, that's true. So, what's going on? Other than that, nothing's going on. This is a very short video. Okay, bye. Okay.
Yeah. Time in the gallery.
Yeah, look, you guys, you can actually see the floor, which is great,
Yeah, just kind of getting stuff kind of condensed in the box and stuff. So like 15 million boxes, like powerful things.
So that's handy. I mean, if you're going to use something in the garage, you could actually, I don't know what else to talk about. I have not cleaned up this tower. There's 1, 2, 3. It's a 4-tier tower, technically, that every artist on YouTube has. It's full of stuff. And yeah, and it's overflowing. Actually, it's not just full; it's overflowing. I'll put a photo somewhere, up if I remember. And I didn't remember last time. So, but anyway, so if I remember, I probably won't remember. And
what was I going to say?
What?
Plus, the weird achievement Jim has.
What's this? I hate to think.
What have you lost and you cannot find?
Like a pack of underwear. I don't know where the hell they went. I think that's maybe too much TMI for freaking, but no idea where they freaking went. They'll show up eventually.
Yeah. Pack of underwear. Open it and put it down. Did you put it in the drawer? No. And it's fine.
I didn't even open it.
That's what I'm saying.
But I do these things a lot.
Open the outer packaging.
So my MS is fucking acting up.
You're probably getting warm as well.
Yeah, I like the heat. The MS doesn't like the heat. It's alright. Yeah, I'm not walking the best. And one, I'd forgotten to take some meds, but even when I wasn't really walking the best. Does it mean that I'm having a relapse? No, not necessarily.
It could be the fact you're not taking meds.
Yeah, and also the heat doesn't help, so, but I like the heat, which is kind of like, it sucks. What's this? What's another orange? So yeah, the MS is kind of acting up. If it gets really bad, like if my vision starts messing up, or if really, like, my legs go completely dead numb, then I would probably have to go on steroids, which is great. No, I hate taking steroids. They're so bloody bitter. It's not even funny. And so yeah, it could just be a bad day. It happens with MS. It really does. That's the thing with MS. It's so unpredictable that you don't know. You could be fine one day and then go to bed and wake up and you can barely bloody move. which is great. Or you go to bed and then you wake up and you can't see anything. That's always fun.
You're me totally ever blind though.
No, that's luckily, yeah. I usually lose vision in my right eye. My left eye actually is a stronger eye, but
Not so much it's colors though, isn't it?
It's color. Well, no, it's a bit of both. Last time, which was like a year and a bit ago, I lost colors. It's like a muted. Everything's muted, so focus. So reds especially. That's the way the doctor tests it. Can you see this red pencil? Yeah. Does it look as red as it did before? No. Well, then it's, that's one sign. Or my phone case is actually the best thing. That's only because my phone case is bright freaking red. So if this doesn't look bright red, then I've got problems. But at the moment, it looks bright red. And it's your optic nerve that gets messed up. It's people that have, not everybody who has optic neuritis, which is what it's called, is going to go on and develop a mess. But it is like a sign of it. Or it could be a sign of it. With me, it was the fact that my fingers went numb, so I was holding pencils and pens like this, and even then, I still couldn't write because it was so shaky, and you can't feel your hand at all, like, you really can't. And it goes up all the way to your elbow, usually. What's that called? I can't remember what it's called. And then, stocking glove neuropathy, that's right. And, the thing is, I'm in an area where there's lots of people with MS, so, hey, great, handy, but also sucks. So when I went to the doctors, he probably had a clue what was going on, because it's been going on for, like, years, and then by that time, he referred me to a neurologist. Then, I went to see the neurologist, and they wanted me to, do all kinds of tests, like poke you with needles, and they make you walk in a straight line, and test you if you can move your arm in certain directions and stuff like that, and if you move your legs, up and down, or stop them from moving your legs. There's all kinds of tests they do. And, then they took, I think it was 8 or 9 vials of blood, so I was a little woozy there. But then, about a week after all the tests, backtrack. After those tests, they say, okay, we're going to send you for an MRI. I'm like, okay, great, figure out what the hell's going on. Do you need a green? There's a green. And, so, then, about a week after that, my vision in my right eye it didn't go complete. Well, no, actually, I did. I lost vision in both eyes. It wasn't long-term, thankfully. It was like, you blink and no vision. Blink again, vision. Nope. And back and forth. It didn't last for very long, thankfully. It lasted for about 10 minutes. That was enough for me. And then my right eye didn't really come back completely. It was like the optic neuritis, like the colors were muted, no peripheral vision, painful. Painful to look in a certain direction, and then actually I wasn't going to talk about this, but hey, it's interesting. Well, maybe it might not be interesting. I don't know, but then I went back to the same doctor, and that doesn't always happen here, but it did there, thankfully, and she's like, yeah, okay, you need steroids. Now, I hadn't been diagnosed yet, but they know that steroids help with things like that. And so I got intravenous steroids. That's fun. Well, actually, I prefer that over the, pills, because pills are bloody bitter as hell. I've already said that. I don't care. I'll say it over and over again. The pills suck. And then...
They work very well.
Well, they work. Well, they definitely work. Don't get me wrong. Within, like, second or third day, the symptoms are not completely gone or starting to get better. But they're bitter as hell. Usually, like, if I have something with, something strong to drink or,
strong tasting, you mean?
Yeah, strong tasting, not alcohol. Well, I could. No, I can't with steroids. You're not supposed to. People do, I know, but you're not supposed to. Because they're bitter, like I said. And then they give you, like, a course of 5 days, and even if you're not 100% better after the 5 days, they can still keep working. And then, you either get better or you don't. But, so then, get the steroids, because it's given to you 1 day in the hospital. Rather than taking, like, the 5 steroids, they give you, like, a big dose of it all at once. And, it helps. And then, out of the hospital, and I think it was, like, 2 to 3 days later. Now, at this time, we're thinking, even the doctor's thinking, it's going to be months until I get an MRI done. So, at this time, it's only been about 2 weeks since I've seen the neurologist. And then we get home, and there's a message on the phone. we're like, oh, it's we have a cancellation for an MRI. Would you like to come in? Yes. um, so we did that. Now I'm claustrophobic. I don't like tight spaces at all, and so it's kind of, they put like headphones on your head, and which is doesn't stop the noise. I don't know why they do that. But now they put like earplugs in and headphones, but you still hear it. It's loud. It's like giant magnet going doof doof doof, you know, in different noises. It's like, and they try to say, oh, we can play music. You can't hear the music really. So what's the point? John can fall asleep in them. I don't know how the hell he does that.
White noise.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and so got the MRI. I'm in like I said, claustrophobic. So as soon as it's done, it takes about an hour ish to do, depending on what they're looking at. And I jumped right out of there.
And then passed out.
And the nurse caught me. And they so then of course I'm not sure how long, it was like only a month, maybe a month. I don't even think it was a month. We called back to the neurologist. And we're waiting in the waiting thing, like Ward 3 and 9 Hells. And so the main neurologist dude, I'm not saying his name because you don't need to know it. And he comes by. Oh, has anybody seen you yet? No. Oh, we'll get you a separate room. Okay. Side room. And I'm like, okay. And at this point, I'm thinking, whatever, right? I don't know what he's thinking. And then I'm like, okay, great. So we'll go do this. And get in the room. He comes in, sits down, all like prim and proper, you know. I'm sorry to tell you, you have MS.
I don't think he even sat down.
I didn't think he sat down. He walked in. That's right. Yeah, right. He didn't even sat down. So he comes in. He's quite a stoic kind of, you know, proud guy kind of thing. And rightly so. You know, just shit. But he comes in. I've tried to tell you you have MS. And then he's like, "Did you have any idea?" And I'm like, "Well, it was either that or Lyme disease." This is me thinking that. So I'm thinking, you know, I didn't tell anybody that I thought that, even though in the back of my mind, I've always thought that. I actually thought I had Lyme disease years ago when it first started at 18, because where I used to live, there are cases of Lyme disease every once in a while. And, so right here. Oh, but I get the nurse coming in with a bunch of information. Nurse comes in, bunch of information. Folder probably about that thick. Right, full of stuff. Now, I don't know what you were doing. I think you were just like, okay. And,
what?
I don't know what you were doing. I can't even remember what you were doing.
What do you mean?
I mean, of course, I cried for like, and then I stopped because I was like, well, there's not much you can do about it.
I felt like we were on a fucking train.
Fair enough. And, because like I said, I thought it was either MS or Lyme disease, so I just wanted to know what it was.
Line from that article that Baz Luhrmann quote.
Yeah. With the university thing.
Free to wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
No, not university.
I thought it was a speech, like a valedictory.
No, he quoted from a newspaper article.
Oh, okay.
He used it in a speech, but he didn't actually write it.
Oh, okay.
Washington Post or something.
Oh, right.
That'll be in fact. Washington Post.
Okay.
But basically it was pardon me, that's rude. Don't worry or know that worrying's about effective if trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are the kind that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindsides you on Idle Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's what always is wrong in my head.
Yeah.
You know, how blindsides you on some Idle Tuesday. And it just was like that. It just looked like
yeah.
It was effectively like, you know, there's someone getting run over by a fucking transport truck or something. That's kind of like what it was like.
And so like I said, they came up with a bunch of information, and they came up with a bunch of like little toys. They're not toys. They're medical devices. That for like opening jars and stuff like that. Because that time, I mean, my hand was done. We still have them. Yeah, they're down in the cupboard. They're very handy. We do use them. And both use them because, you know, you've got a lid that's not coming off something. It's like they're very handy for that. And so then they're like, we're gonna have to decide what meds you take. And I was like, okay. And then they put me on Rita. At that time, I didn't have a choice. They just said you're taking this.
There was no other meds.
There was another. Well, there was different versions of the same drug, like slightly different versions. And
because Avenex is an older version.
Is it? Okay.
Maybe this incumbent, but they had to prove.
Yeah.
That it was more effective.
Yeah.
Than
the other med.
Well, they prove that rebirth was more effective
Yeah.
to get the insurance
So-
to pay for it.
which is an injectable thing. So you go 3 times a week, right? 3 times a week, and your stomach, your legs, your shoulder.
Not all of them at the same time.
No,
Not your shoulder, no.
no, can't
Your
remember.
thighs,
Yeah,
your buttocks, and your lower stomach.
and because I have a bleeding disorder, it's a mild bleeding disorder. I look like I've been hit by like pellet guns in these places because they bruise like a bitch.
Hematomas.
Yeah, and they hurt. So then after years and years and years of that, I can't remember how many years of that.
Lots.
That's kind of stopped working. So
About 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years. And so they decided, okay, switch to med. Now, that time, I didn't have a choice. I could choose between, I can't remember, it doesn't matter. I chose the one I'm on now, Ocrevus, which is working. I didn't know at the time, though, and they didn't tell me that it takes about 2 years for it to actually, get to, what's the point I'm thinking of, to work in your system. I didn't know that. So that explains why I kept having optic neuritis when I was on Ocrevus, because it hadn't quite gotten into my system yet. But now it's in my system. And, so that's 8. Instead of 3 injections a week, it is now 1 infusion every 6 months, which is great, It takes almost all day, but it's still good. Because it's, I don't know, it's a lot easier. There are other things. There's stuff there's a couple hours and you're done. But I don't like the side effects that you can get from them. Now, if this one stops working, then I don't have much of a choice. I have to go on the really, really strong shit.
The one you're on is the strongest.
It is strong. It is. I thought there's one other one, but isn't there one other one that's stronger? I can't remember.
No.
No?
This is the most effective one they've got. Ocrevus.
And there's no reason to take me off of it.
Tysabri is slightly less effective
Is
than this.
it? Okay.
Tysabri is the one that can give you
the mad cow thing.
No, Stephen Johnson's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There's another one as well. I can't remember what it's called.
But so yeah, I mean, the one I'm on now, it seems to be working now that it's in my system. I have had no effects from it really.
18 months.
Yeah, and
maybe longer.
I think it's been longer now. It's been like almost 2 or 3 years now. How long have you been waiting for the car thing?
Well, I see you starting in 2020. Your first infusion is February 2020. So it's 3 years now total.
Yeah, so that's 3 years. And because the first day I got it, I'm looking at my phone because I'm sitting there, right? And then he's like,
Somebody cut across my path on a roundabout.
And I'm like, what? We'll get an accident. What? No, I'm like, okay, I'm
still waiting to get the fucking money back from that.
I know.
Still.
I know.
This flipping day.
Yeah, I know. I suddenly turned white as a sheet. Now I had just gotten out of the loo, right? And one of the nurses, he's looked at me, he goes, "Are you okay?" I go, like, "Yeah, but my husband just got an accident. I got a phone on me." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead," and stuff like that. And I'm like, "What the hell happened?" And then blah blah blah, everything's explained. And I was like, "Holy crap!" And so that was interesting. And well, like I said, not having any reactions to it, because some people can have if you get hay fever or allergies and stuff like that. So if that's the case, they just kind of slow it down. They give you some more. They actually could give you steroids or like more hay fever stuff. Pills for that. Antihistamines. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then they just slow it down. Now, last time I was there, the nurse was like, "Have you had any problems with it?" I'm like, "No." Did they do the slow version or the fast version? I go, "I don't know." She's like, "We'll just turn all the way up." So she went the highest I could go. That was great because I was done a lot quicker than normal. I'm like, "Can we do this next time?" I had no reactions to it, and they're like, "Oh, your blood pressure is a little low." I go, "It's always low." And it didn't go that far. It went down a bit, and then it went back up, so it was fine. I'm not dying or anything. And so I'm like, "Hey, we can do that next week." So that'll be coming up in a month or two, actually. Now that I think about it.
No, last one was June.
But okay, so June, July, August, September, October, and then depending on when I get a flu shot or if
every 6 months.
Every 6 months, yeah. So used to June, July, August, December. Yeah. So
you said October.
Oh, did I? Okay. Well, do I need a green? There's a green. Now, depending on when I get the flu shot and my shot for the plague, will depend on what.
Plague.
It's the plague. It's a big plague.
COVID.
Now we're gonna freaking put a thing on here, no.
What?
Because you're not supposed to talk about it. No, kidding.
Oh,
I don't
really?
care because I'm not monetized, so I don't care. Even then I don't think I'd care much. It's like, but, so yeah. Because I am at risk of blah, 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 they give me the COVID shot. Now, I think, this would be my 7th, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's my 7th. It would be my 7th if I get it. And then the flu shot, you usually get one, like, every year, because, if I get the flu, it's not good. Even though I don't go anywhere, because, I don't want to get sick, and people are, I've had it once, and I don't want it again. Once was enough, thank you. And, I go, like, we'll go, like, up to the hills and stuff like that, but I don't go into, like, the mall or anything like that. Not that there's much in the mall anyway now, everything's shutting down. Pretty soon the Overgate will be empty, just like the other one. What's the other one called?
The Overgate isn't bad.
No, it's not empty. What's the other one called? I always forget.
Wellgate.
The Wellgate, yeah.
The streets itself.
Yeah, I know.
Above,
Yeah, I know. It's because the way they're, like, I've seen old photos of it, and it's quite cool, but, yeah, old photos before they ripped the streets up and then made everything, up to put that big step and stuff in it now that the buses are out there and stuff. But, cause yeah, there's a bunch of photos from, like, Dundee from, like, probably the 70s, probably from the closing. Just before I think they tore all that down, but, the one thing I do like about Dundee, there is something I do like about Dundee, shocker. There's a lot of public art. If you know where it's there. It's all over the city. No, but there's some. But it's actually, they have quite a bit. And I was like, I didn't realize they had so much. They did do, like, a survey of it or something. Not probably as much as Perth, like that art walk that you went on a few years ago, like in Perth. No, you just took photos and stuff, which was cool. Because I got to see some of it. Yeah, it was years ago. And a bunch of bird photos and stuff was really handy for me. And,
yeah, it's good. That was before kind of...
That was just my,
Can I finish?
Yeah.
That's where I got PTSD.
Yeah.
That was years for PTSD when I was waiting in the car in the garage. I need to get something updated on it.
Yeah. Stop that.
Right now I can do it with PTSD.
No, I know.
Because it messed me up.
I know. But yeah, Perth, I've only been to Perth a couple times. Not very often. I haven't been to Perth much. I haven't been to Glasgow at all. Except for the airport, but that's not even in Glasgow. That's kind of... I'm not sure where that is in Glasgow. Like I said, not in Glasgow. It's near Glasgow. That's a brown. I don't want a brown. Don't need a brown. What is this? A royal purple. Yeah, that'll work. No, I got one somewhere already. But, no, so yeah, that's how the MS thing, actually, the first time, I should have actually started it from, like, day one. But I don't know, I used to go for bike rides a lot, living in Ontario, where I was living, where Dad is, and, I went one time and my leg started to go down. I'm thinking, okay, it's just from the bike ride, because there's a lot of hills and, stuff, so I'm thinking that. But then it kept happening, where my legs would go numb, but they would only last, like, not even half an hour, maybe, like, 20 minutes, and they weren't, like, completely numb like they get now, just kind of, like, wobbly numb, and, so that would have been about I was 18 when I first started, and, I mean, like, every 18-year-old, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, right. Because 18's at that age, you think you're invincible, and then you grow up and you realize you're not, and, stop being an idiot, go to the doctor, and, but I didn't, because doctors in Ontario are kind of hard to come by. Even then, now it's worse.
You still could have gone to the walking clinic.
They could have, but,
But you're like, I don't
because it didn't happen all the time. I
think
think
to this day you won't go to the freaking doctor unless you need to drive.
I think the reason I didn't go to doctors is because it didn't happen all the time. If it had happened all the time, then I probably would have went to the doctor. But it didn't even happen all the time I went bike riding, and that was the confusing thing.
No, I mean now you don't go to the freaking doctor.
I do occasionally.
No, you don't.
But
weeks and months and blah blah blah.
No. But oh shoot, I just messed up there. But yeah, so like I said, it happened then 18, and then either when I met him and we were in the hospital and stuff, either it was the MS that caused me to dump the books, or it was the EDS with my legs.
I'm reckoning it was the MS.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, when you dump the
Yeah,
Went up the stairs and dropped a box full of tea.
Yeah.
I don't know, a box full of a lot of stuff, including laundry soap.
Yeah.
And mixed it with my tea bags, which somehow I didn't find the soapy one the whole time she was there. But about a week after she left, I suddenly got tea that smelled surprisingly like laundry soap.
Yeah.
And it was that luckily what stopped me drinking. I took a whiff of it first.
So that was oops.
Frothy.
Oops.
Like, really frothy.
And so yeah.
That was Taronga actually.
Was it Tonga?
Yeah.
But I think I never drank so much tea in NZ before. I don't even drink a lot of tea now. I drink a lot of tea in NZ a little bit, you know.
Well, you didn't know this.
No, more than I do now. But
tea bags,
yeah, that's true.
And states which can't be tea bags of chocolate. Anyway, since we've got nice chocolate, you're delusional. Hershey's is not nice chocolate. Hershey's tastes like warm sick.
It's not good at all. But
the only part from me is that it tastes literally warm sick.
But yeah, so that's the MS story. And people are like, oh, that's bad. It's horrible that you found it. I'm glad I know what it is, because now that I know what's causing the problem, we can work to like at least adapt and
as U.S. Marines say, adapt, improvise, overcome.
And
it's a good mantra.
It is, yeah.
Kind of, it definitely is, I would say.
And then like take meds and stuff that I need to, or know that me not being able to lift my leg, for example, over the bathtub is normal for me. You know, it doesn't happen all the time. You know, I'm not getting that bad. It's only every once in a while. I'm just having a bad day or week, I think. But
you are having problems.
I'm having problems.
You just don't accept
it
because you're a stubborn fucker.
I mean, we have handrails on the doors and stuff like that. And I have a crutch, like one that sits like an elbow crutch. I got two actually. I keep meaning to practice because I can only use one at the moment. And that's not long enough. And
yeah, you might use two.
Yeah, I know.
It helps, stops you fucking up your hip.
But what am I need a yellow. Actually, it's orange I need first.
Stop seeing advertising between some like when you Demolition Man.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So that's the MS thing. It can suck. It kind of does suck. I'll not deny that. I mean, it's annoying as hell when I can't draw and my hands go numb. But I will find a way. If I can't use my hands, I'll find a way to figure it out. You know, there are ways to figure things out. Into, you know, you're not gonna. If I have to paint with my feet, then I'll paint with my feet. You know, even though my toes are kind of broken and stuff from me hitting stuff.
Thanks for the feet, and then she sticks the brush in her mouth, not thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, he's right. I mean, the vision thing is I guess my biggest concern would be that if that kind of went, I'd be you could texture and stuff. You could probably feel it. You know, wouldn't obviously be as easy, but you know, like you just said, the marine thing. You know.
Adapt, improvise,
and reading, which is I love reading. Well, we have audiobooks, you know, so that's good for that. Which is handy. It's handy for a lot of people, even people that aren't visually impaired, you know. Because if I take my glasses off right now, this is just like colorful blur. Well, it's not that. I'm not that blind. I can tell it's a pangolin. But if I look at it from a certain distance, it's a very colorful, blurry kind of pangolin.
You sound stuffed up.
No, it's just because I moved.
I think you sound totally stuffed up there.
So yeah, I mean, I need my glasses.
Obviously, they could replace guide dogs with robots.
Yeah, I guess technically they could.
It was one of those, should we do this? It was like, you know how the answer to that question is always no.
Yeah, exactly. Be like,
Any newspaper that asks a question in its article title, the answer, folks, is always no.
Have they not seen Terminator?
No, but I meant, no, it's like, you know.
Yeah, I know.
When these people ask, is this? Well, no, because it's always no, because that's a fucking trope.
Yeah, it is, exactly.
You know, that's the fucking one-metal trope. But when newspapers start asking questions in the title of an article, you know it's bullets.
Oh, God, yeah. And,
trying to rabble rouse.
Well, definitely. They're trying to get, sell lines or clicks or TV, make a good, segment, you know.
It's just that. It's just them, somebody's trying to flip up a scandal.
Oh, God, yeah, that too. I just booked a
hate fest or
definitely. I could, yeah. That's definitely, could do that.
Oh, they love
The
doing
British
that.
media is good at that. A lot of media is too, but the British
British media
media.
fucking sucks.
Oh God, yeah.
The
Um,
bigot fucks off.
yes, they are.
Or hey, let's just like as bad as the U.S. paparazzi. Hey, let's pursue people about for.
yeah, and he's not
Or
just
hey,
talking
let's
about.
start a hate campaign because
Yeah,
hey, why not?
he's not just talking about the royals and Diana and all that crap. It's to do for even just like celebrities or even generally people that they
Celebrities.
get a hint of a story about. You know, they'll be like, oh, blah, blah. It's like leave the person alone. You know.
Z-list celebrities.
Yeah.
Some random person who's a pop for decades
Or
ago.
somebody's been on Love Island or something.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the favourites. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Love Island. Really?
I know.
This is the best we can do now.
I know. It's
Fucking
like
islands.
okay. So why we don't have a why we don't have a TV? There's nothing on that.
Well, no, I don't have I don't watch TV. I
Yeah.
don't watch broadcast TV at all, to be clear, for TV licensing.
Yeah.
Because it's all shit.
Yes, exactly. It is.
Yeah, the TV licensing don't really like me.
They haven't actually. They keep sending us letters. They haven't sent this one for a while.
No, I think somebody came to the door a while back and I
Did
told
they?
them I don't watch this crap. And he was like, I was like, no, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like
I honestly don't know before. The day there's something worth watching on the TV
yeah,
is the day I will fucking buy a TV license and watch it.
yeah. There's nothing.
But hell will freeze over before that happens.
Because here even if you buy the
It's like
TV.
no, but it's like a lot of places, Jen. It's not just here that
No, I know it's not. There's a few other places to do it too,
quite a
but
lot. Most of the world, actually, surprisingly.
no, I had a list. I actually saw it the other day when I looked it up. Somebody was asking. Not the world. There's places. There's quite a few places that don't, but there's also quite a few places that do have it.
I'm saying, but the majority of the world does.
But you pay extra. Like you're not just paying for like HBO or cable or something. You're paying to watch just TV. Here it goes towards the BBC and stuff.
Public sector broadcasting.
Yeah.
And you get in a lot of companies.
So it'd be like PBS, kind of stuff.
Except it doesn't carry advertising.
No, yeah. Does PBS carry advertising here? Or does
In
it?
the States,
Does it? Okay, I didn't know that.
That's probably what funds it.
They have telethons, like, they have...
No, probably part of the funds it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably it's advertising by now.
Probably, I don't
Probably
know.
advertising pills to, cure your butt cancer.
Yeah, with side effects that are like,
eyes to bleed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Ask the doctor about this. Well, what the fuck's it for?
Yeah.
Why would I ask... So if you're British, why would I ask my doctor? They just prescribe something.
Yeah. And if it makes me bleed from the eyes, you think I really want it? Yeah. You gotta love the...
Or as Jeff Foster put it, anal seepage.
Yeah.
Not having a good night.
It's like, pass.
Any pill that causes me to have anal seepage that's just gonna ruin my fucking
Yeah. Exactly. It'd be like, no, pass on that.
Like, who approved some of this shit?
I know.
Like, who deemed that some of these side effects were in any way acceptable?
I know. I don't quite get that. I really don't. Some of the pills and stuff that you get. It's like,
Remember running antibiotics and some of the fucking side effects were like, what? I think one of them was death.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm taking this for a chest infection, but it's not going to kill me. Do I really want to be taking this?
Exactly. It's like, I think I might...
Actually, on that topic, there was a guy who's a statistician.
Yeah.
He says, now, doctors you would expect can do statistics.
Yeah.
No. He says, my doctors, you get a vaccine. And, you get this, and there's a risk of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but what's the risk of one in this? But what's the risk, from the disease? Okay, so what's the risk from the actual treatment? That. Well, that's higher than that. And they said, doctor just looked at him blankly. And he was like, it's like you can't calibrate the fact that what was I trying to say? Like you have a one in. It's like when they say like a rise and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it causes a 40% rise in increasing your risk of getting cancer. Yeah, but what's your risk of getting cancer?
Yeah.
1 in 25 billion. Or
yeah, so it's like, maybe I'll...
So, still, your risk of cancer has not even gone up that much.
No.
Right? But the treatment that's advised has, a 1 in
Yeah.
50,000 chance of fucking your
Yeah,
brains
you're
or
more
something.
likely to
So
get.
the treatment's more likely to kill
Yeah.
you than the disease.
Yeah, so you're like, maybe.
People can't do statistics because
No.
if they see this 40% rise, and they think, oh yeah, well, better, and it's like, no, even doctors start doing it. I admit, now and again, there's some of them saying to me, and I've looked at them like, you have no fucking clue what you're on about, do you?
Yeah.
I'm a doctor. And I'm just like, So when one of the doctor's reps said to me, he's a doctor, I think you'll know. No. I don't care if he's a doctor. I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
The minute you assume someone can do their job,
Yeah.
you were about to have a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
I've met too many doctors who I wouldn't trust to polish someone's shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? Because I've met plenty of them who are thick fuckers. And I mean thick as shit.
Yeah.
I've met some doctors who I swear I don't know how they remember how to breathe. I swear. How the fuck do they remember to breathe? I don't know. I've met some doctors who are thick as shit.
Yeah, so have I. I've met some really, I've met some good doctors, but I've also met quite a few doctors that are like, how did you get this done?
One decent specialist in years, and that was the one I saw about my twitches.
Oh, the other, like, a couple weeks ago or whatever.
A couple 2 months ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the guy I saw before him was completely disinterested.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
The doctor thinks he thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
That did not go over very well.
No. That did not go over very well.
Especially when he was meant to make a follow-up appointment and never fucking
No,
did.
I know.
Twice.
He has the horrible worst luck with doctors.
She didn't believe me when she met me, until she sat in some of the consultations.
And I was like,
holy shit.
Like
I don't make this shit up, people. This is my life, I
was like, geez, okay. That doctor has no idea what they're talking about, and they don't believe you. So now most of the time he goes to the doctor. I go because it's like...
It's not the way they listen.
Yeah.
They don't listen to what I say, but if somebody else says, oh, hey...
Even though he's the one coming in for the complaint.
Yeah, but here's the thing, someone's the story of my life. Nobody listens to what I say, and then someone else is like, I've been saying this like 4 hours. Why is no one fucking listening to what I tell them?
But yeah, so...
Steam flies out my ears.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done for the moment because my hand is going numb again.
Is it?
Well, not really. I'm done for the moment because I was just like
How long has that gone on for?
40 minutes. So,
hell.
Long time. So,
If anybody got through all that,
cookie to you, And, so,
I should have sent you a conversation check.
Yeah. I would work on more of this. I'll probably work on the tail and probably work up to the tail and then work on the trees and all this. Yeah. So, thanks for listening to me talk about MS and ramble about other crap, and him ramble about other crap.
No, I didn't ramble so much.
No, you didn't ramble so much. It's mostly me.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, how much longer are you going to keep rambling here? Because
I ramble a lot.
You're almost rambling around in circles.
So, like, share, subscribe, ring the notification
Now,
bell.
folks, you understand what I live with.
Leave a comment if you want. You don't have to, but it's always nice when people do. And I'll be back this week. And, yeah. So, okay.
We should get